Yeah, so Tesla showed their pickup truck last night, and
Oh my fucking god.
yeah, so here's the render, and this is the actual truck. Now there's three reasons why this is the best thing to happen to the car industry in like a really long time, and I'll explain what they are. So point number one is obviously the design, right? And I personally love the design. Certain people hate it, certain people are growing to love it. I loved it right off the bat. A couple points as to why I love it so much. Now, I'm a huge sci-fi nerd, and I love movies like Blade Runner, both old and new. I like shows like Altered Carbon, which if you've never watched, I would highly recommend. 10 out of 10. I love the video game Death Stranding, right? The whole cyber, neo, dark aesthetic, right? Neon lights, electronic music playing in the back, and the sharp, clean lines of the structures and automobiles. It's great. So to see a company like Tesla make a bold move and design something that would have been considered futuristic in the 70s and 80s is just so exciting to me. And the reason I say 70s and 80s is because design houses like Pininfarina and especially Bertone for automobiles, they made those iconic wedge-shaped cars or concept cars back in the day. In my opinion, they're some of the most beautiful cars ever made. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, take a look at the Alfa Romeo Carrabbo. You got the Di Tommaso Pantera. You got the Modulo, which is based off of Ferrari 512. You got the Lamborghini Countach, right, with the boxy, aggressive styling. Obviously, this became famous during the show Miami Vice in the 80s. And how can we forget the Lancia Stratos Zero, my personal favorite. It was amazing. It had this long, sleek silhouette with this multi-tiered triangle-shaped engine cover in the rear. And the windshield was also the door. Yeah, you got into the windshield. Not much in the way of safety, but it was just such a beautiful design, right? Fun fact, it was also featured in a certain Moonwalker music video back in the day. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, here.
He's not going anywhere.
Yeah, that happened. And yeah, that was Joe Pesci, Michael Jackson, and Lancia Stratos in one video. Tell me that wasn't the best music video ever made. So anyway, the regular consumer, and they might feel like a bit of a shock when looking at this bare bones angular design, but for someone like me who's a car nerd and appreciates the old aesthetic of like these classic futuristic designs, it's a home run. And the main reason why I can see Tesla doing something like this is because, one, the pickup truck market already is pretty boring, right? Chances are if you need a pickup truck, it's because you actually need one for work or what have you. And at that point, your options are a Dodge Ram or a Ford F-150. And they all generally look the same year over year. Now in the electric space, you have Rivian, right? With its proposed 400-mile range, 11,000-pound towing capacity, sleek shape, right? It's pretty much the pickup truck that other traditional Tesla owners would have pictured Tesla making, but something like that already exists. So how can Tesla actually set itself apart from the competition? You have this crazy design plus 9mm thick exoskeleton, dent-proof, shatterproof windows, which shattered on stage. I'm sure they'll fix it. Other than that, you gotta tick off all the boxes: the camper, grill setup, expandable storage, right? A solid towing capacity, decent range. So you have something that can compete with these traditional pickup truck vehicles and Rivian with better specs, the Tesla infrastructure, autonomous driving that they've been collecting data on year over year and improving upon it, supercharger network, make a cross-country trip go nuts, who cares? And you have those extra traits. You have the cyber quad, and you have the RV type of, expandable structure, I guess, in the back, which we don't have much details on, but you get my point. So many people forget the fact that it's still a Tesla vehicle at the end of the day, and the $70,000 Tesla vehicle that can make 500 plus miles on a single charge, it's just a good deal. Reason number three, probably the most important reason why this is the best thing to happen to cars in a while. This entire Cybertruck hype train, it just grabbed this pickup off-road industry and also the car industry as a whole, and it just shook it furiously until everyone realized that it's no longer boring. And I think that's a good thing. Tesla is showing automakers that, hey, it's okay to have fun with designing our products, and sometimes it's worth that risk to show off how far we can push our imagination, because we know people will buy into it. I bought into it. I reserved one. Right, hopefully I can afford it by the time it comes out in a few years. But either way, I can't wait to see how other automakers respond. And regardless of what happens, us consumers, we're going to be winning.